Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Aries only, where I channel messages for Aries only. Today we're doing a reading to check in with your spirit guides and see which message they would most like to share with you. So let me just make sure. So I'm going to shuffle one of these cards first and read from the book. So what is Aries spirit guides most wanting to convey to them right now? Also, I shuffled a song for you and it was Story of My Life by One Direction. I feel like in my last reading we had another One Direction song, What Makes You Beautiful. I think those are the only two One Direction songs I even own. So it's interesting they both came out. So I don't know, maybe something about the direction of your life or something like that. Okay, like having one set course of action and realizing you have other options. I don't know, something, but we'll see what comes out. All right, so what would Aries guys, what message are they most, does Aries most need to hear from them right now? Okay, Spirit, what message? Okay. We have number 39, let the feminine lead the way. And also you might have a special connection to Archangel Gabriel because that is a number I associate with Archangel Gabriel. So let's just put that like that. Okay. Number 39, I'm just going to read this from the book. And I'm so sorry about this Band-Aid. I cut myself at work by accident. I was cutting a lime and I slipped. I wasn't paying attention. So I have to keep that on because I just have to. Okay. The feminine principle in you, whether man or woman, is the way forward in your life now. She's the principle of feeling and of surrender. She feels the intelligence of the divine guiding light in a way that the masculine principle cannot at this time. You may not see where you are going, therefore, but you can feel your way forward. Trust her. Let your mind go and let your senses lead you, becoming more exquisite. Ooh, Leo. Becoming more exquisite and communicative. Be led by your heart. Don't worry if you don't know all the details yet or how it's going to work out. She knows the way. Let her lead. This oracle brings confirmation to you that what you have been feeling or sensing, even without any logical, physical evidence, is worth following up on. Trust your senses over appearances. Trust your intuition over your intellect. You are letting feminine wisdom guide you, and she will steer you in the best direction. Interesting direction, like with One Direction. And then I'll just read this little poem here. My coming out is the freedom to fully be who I am and the surrender to the divine essence expressing through and around me. My coming out is the marriage of twin souls with my life partner and gratitude and love unfolding as more than we could ever be on our own. All right. So I feel like, right, this is about, instead of feeling maybe tied to one direction, even the imagery on this card, it's almost like something is trying to pull her that way, but her heart is like open and like knows it has to go that way. So maybe it's more like, you know, the direction that you want to go to, you feel that you want to go in that way, but logically it doesn't make sense for some reason. So Spirit's trying to come through to be like, no, like trust your instincts here. So let's get some more oracle cards. I am going to shuffle them out really quick. So if you want to, let me get these ones first. Take a minute and I'll provide timestamps. If you want to fast forward, oh, that is not the right deck. That is the tarot deck. Sorry. It's the Wild Unknown. I'm going to use this one, the animal deck. If you want to either go to the timestamp or fast forward, feel free. Okay. So what is Aries? What message do you have for Aries right now? What's going on in Aries' life? Let's find that out first. Going on with Aries right now? You need to tell them about the energy that they're currently in. Okay, we have the Tiger. Love. Okay. With the Stingray. Okay. What does Aries need to know about their surroundings, circumstances right now? About what's going on in their life right now? We have the Moon. Okay. Satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others with Pluto. And let's see. see what else we can get here. What message does Aries most need right now? I don't want to use these, I'm sorry. Use these. What message does Aries most need right now? That's too many. Let's just say growth, empathy, and freedom. Okay. Okay. Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Okay. With patience on the bottom of the deck. And let's get this. What message does Aries most need right now? What do you want to talk to Aries about? Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Okay. The Rose of Venus. Alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony. I'm also going to get this. I'm going to close my eyes. Oh, okay. No, put that back in there. What message does Aries guides have for Aries? I'm just gonna get one, but this is bear, danger, especially in money matters, frying pan, trouble, accusations. Should we just leave this out? I'm gonna leave this out. All right. I feel like they wanted to come out. I'm gonna leave those there like that. All right, guys, so I do want to also look into the tiger, but right away, something that I'm getting is that emotion with this whole let the feminine lead the way, your emotions trying to take you in one direction. I feel like there is a need to almost regulate certain emotions in you. Maybe I'm getting a sense of like emotional, of like reacting to the ego with the pride, even with the tiger a little bit. We're gonna look into that energy and see what it says. But this bear looks angry, this tiger looks menacing. The frying pan, trouble, accusations. I feel like that could be either you being emotionally reactive to any accusations or perceived trouble or hits to the ego, or maybe you accusing people of things. This could stem from some emotional turmoil. I'm seeing the waves, like, and even this full moon, this is making me think of, obviously this is the moon card, but it's making me think of like heightened emotions and like very intense emotional reactivity. We also have Pluto on the bottom of the deck. We have the stingray, like again, another animal, like, you know what I mean? Like it's reactive. It's going to, maybe get you into trouble here. I don't know what I just said, but I kind of like blanked out for a second, sorry. But yeah, I feel like this could be happening at the workplace. I hate this band-aid. This could be happening at the workplace, that this is talking about money matters. There could be a tendency to want to fight, to maybe feel justified in coming at people. Let's look into this tiger. I feel like if your pride is wounded or you feel attacked, but let's see. Oh my God, feminine energy is this tiger. That's so interesting. So lunar force, again with the moon, I feel like this is very like cohesive, this reading. Lunar force, ease in darkness, feminine energy. The tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. When in balance, passionate, strong, and sensual. When out of balance, overstimulated. I feel like the message that your guides have for you is that you might be equating power with this, like something like the bear, and even like the tiger. At first glance, I was like, oh, it looks like a menacing figure. I'm noticing this bear like with its mouth open. I feel like the spirit's message here is that power is actually your ability to hold back and not give people what they want. I'm going to use the example of somebody that I work with that is just, I don't, a terrible, I don't want to like judge people, but someone that has some issues, let's say it like that. They like to get reactions out of people. They like to cause trouble. Like, you know, you could have somebody like that in your life, is something that I'm getting here. You could have somebody like that in your life that like enjoys getting a reaction, that, you know, is like operating like fully from the ego, and it's like an egoic hit for them. Probably lots of different things, not just this, but one thing is maybe, they could be like a tormentor of yours. And this person that I work with is such a person. They're somebody that for 3 years just did everything they could to embarrass me, to make me look stupid, to make me angry, to make me cry, to make me like, I mean, I can't even tell you, like, and it's just sometimes like, obviously if there's a way for you to like distance yourself from such people, like please take that opportunity. But I think spirit's saying like sometimes you can't, and when you're in those situations, with this, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I think they're saying like try to, maybe you can't see yourself in somebody that you would classify as a tormentor, but you could maybe see that there's been times when you've been hurt by people and you've taken that energy and done whatever with it. Maybe you've played a victim. Maybe you've tried to hurt other people, make other people miserable. At one point, maybe you're not in that energy anymore, but maybe you are. Like, you know what I mean? And if so, you have to accept that and try to work through that. So maybe this message is for you if you are such a person that is in that energy of trying, you know, mainly operating from the ego and getting egoic satisfaction from other people's emotional reactions, whether it's you're somebody that like dates people and just kind of like is in a player energy, and having all these people come at you is like really satisfying your emotional needs. But also there's this call of like, there's this energy with a mother of like, what would your mother say? Or like, how would your mother want you to react or act? Or maybe your mother is even this tormentor. Like, you know, that's also something else. So like, what if you were going to mother yourself? If you had the most perfect mother in the world, like how would they treat you and how would they mother you? Like I know like my best friend Mariah, like she's younger than me. She's like 8 years younger than me or something. But I've always felt like she was like a mother energy in my life. It's so weird to explain. And actually, I found like a past life where I feel like she was my older sister, but that's a whole other story. But I have a complicated relationship with my mom. Like we've obviously worked on it. Love you so much. But the kind of mother, like the nurturing energy, like trying to nurture my emotional side is not something that I really got from my mom, which is fine. But I get it from my friend Mariah, and I can look to her as like a role model of like the kind of love I want to give myself. Because once you're an adult, you can then, you know, kind of cut those ties and realize like you can take it upon yourself to like nurture yourself in that way. So back to what I was saying about, we can see that in other people. Like maybe you have been hurt, like even say in childhood, and you know, you remember times that, you know, you were left out or you were hurt by people, or your pride was wounded by society, by people, by whatever. And you chose, you know, maybe you were in a victim mentality. I'll just use that example. And maybe this person that you're dealing with is like, it made them become a bully. Like, you know what I mean? It made them want to like seek power so they never had to feel that way again. Both aren't really healthy. Both are kind of like an imbalance. It's like a reactive energy to certain things, like maybe stuffing things down or like not dealing with your emotional trauma. And that's what I think this is saying. Like you can see that this person is, yes, they maybe have to project this big bully image because they feel like a little, you know, hurt, wounded person inside, and you can understand that, so you like know it's not personal, but not that you give this person a pass to treat you how they want to. There still needs to be boundary set. Maybe gray rocking is something that you can do. It's very you just remain neutral. You just tell yourself like it's not personal. If you have to deal with the anger and the, you know, residual emotional turmoil from these encounters later, you do it in private. I used to like I would never let this person see that they made me upset unless I was like PMSing or something and I just like couldn't help it and I would just explode. But it really taught me emotional control. And I think it's Deepak Chopra. How do you say that? Chopra? I'm sorry. I know like that's terrible, but it's just something that I've heard. Deepak Chopra. I want to say that's the way you say it. But I know that there's this one quote. I can't remember. It's like, let every torturer and tormentor, or like every torturer and tormentor can be a teacher if you let them. It's something along those lines. I'm sorry. Like I really should research this. Obviously I don't know this is going to come out in this reading, but and that's how I looked at that situation. I look at that situation, and I also had a boss before that was in this very similar energy that used to like enjoy my humiliation and like love to like embarrass me in front of people and just yell at me and like come at me, and I would just be like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean? Like it was very frustrating experience for me. But like dealing with both of those men, also very short men, I think that was like a little Napoleon complex going on, but I don't know, like just saying. But again, they feel small, they feel inferior, so they have to like project this image, this big bully. You know, they're bullies, they're really just schoolyard bullies. And the way that they interact with you, how is that? It's like, it's never really any like really smart comments. It's a lot of times just like schoolyard insults. It's like loud voices. It's I can yell louder than you. It's like, you know, not intellect. It's not an intellectual argument of like, well, this is why my point is more valid than yours. You know what I mean? So it's like intellectually, like you need to be like in a space where you're like, I'm not going to react to this. Like I am going to not give them the satisfaction that they need. I'm going to understand that this isn't personal against me, so I can kind of take the sting out of a lot of it. But I am going to like gray rock them. I'm not going to give them. I used to cry in the bathroom. I used to like, because when I'm angry, like I just feel like I need to cry and that gets it out. And like I'd rather just go in the bathroom and cry for 3 minutes than you know, be mad the rest of the night. So I would just go cry, and then I'd be like, okay. So let's see, what's the plan of action maybe for if this happens again? Let's get a specific plan of action if these certain people or situations are causing you to get triggered. And it's important to remember too, like when you get triggered, it can a lot of times feel like, oh, that person is responsible, but like no one is responsible for your own triggers. The world is not going to conform to like make you not be triggered. And like a lot of that can be done, like how can you mother yourself? How can you satisfy your own emotional needs? How can you delve deeper into it and discover like, why am I being triggered by this? Like for me with this person, it reminded me of my boss, which reminded me of my mom. Like, you know, it's like bam, bam, bam. I can go back and see that like these situations are coming through, so I can like get rid of this trigger. That's how I look at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is a teacher. This is teaching me how to like not let this energy get to me in the future. So let's see, what is Spirit's advice, your spirit guide's advice for how you can specifically deal with this situation? The Two of Swords with the Page of Wands. Okay. The Ace of Swords with the Five of Cups. With the Page of Cups. We have the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I feel like a message that I'm getting too is that, especially if you're in an environment where you feel like there's no escape, you can't really escape, like you have to like be in that energy. I feel like trying to like limit your time with these people as much as you can, and just kind of like more so like something that I did. I'm just gonna keep using this example of this coworker that I have, but I would like just try to like just stay away like as much as I could. I would try to, this person was like the expo at my job, and I'm a server, so like I had to like deal with them all the time. I'd ask questions about my food. Oh, I need this, I need that, and there's, I don't know, they would just like pretend like it just made things as difficult as possible for me. And also like I was really new at this place, so I like needed their help, and I had to really like rely on my own self. And but the thing was, this person was also trying to like get with me, and was like on Instagram, like followed me on Instagram, but was like being so mean to me at work, trying some weird power game to get me. Like I could see it was some sort of like creepy manipulation thing, and I was afraid to delete them off because I didn't know they were like weird and like that at first. I was afraid to delete them off because I was afraid of how mad they were going to be. But one day I remember I was just like, I cut it off. I did. I blocked them. I think that's what this Two of Swords is saying. Like, I blocked them, and I was like, I'm not afraid to like, I'm not afraid, like, you're not going to treat me like that and then try to be like my friend and like be DMing me when you get home, kind of a thing. Like, I'm just like, this is unacceptable. Like, this is, again, with the boundary. Like, I cut it off, and like I was like, whatever. Like, I was like, I just can't be afraid anymore. Like, stop being afraid. What is this person? You have like, I feel like this, it's like you have this strength within you. It's a more feminine strength though. It's not about like screaming and yelling and asserting your power and dominance. It's about like having that control over your own emotions. Like, do what you have to do, block who you need to block, focus on like the people that bring you happiness and laughter and things like that. Don't respond to their messages if this is somebody that's kind of like, you know, giving you terrible treatment, and then so that way you miss it, and then when they're good to you, you're like so thirsty for it that you're like, oh my god, like, you know, not even in a romantic way, but just like, especially in the workplace, like they're leaving you out, they're like somehow getting you to be on the outside. Like, I think Spirit's like, you need to realize that these are all just tactics and be above it. And again, with the gray rocking, I feel like I want to clarify, hold on, let's see, what is this Page of Wands like trying to say for like the plan of action here? The Sun in reverse. I think it's saying like, don't let them steal your joy. And you might even have to like, I saw the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck too. So again, if this is a situation where this is the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles, but you might have to get someone involved, especially if this is like a work situation. I remember I used to have this girl at another job I worked at when I used to live in Florida that just, I mean, I can't even explain to you what this girl would do. She would follow me around, like talking shit to me, trying to like get a rise out of me. Like, she would follow me around. Like, I literally was gray rocking her. I would never answer. I would never engage with her. I wanted nothing to do with her. I was like, what is wrong with this girl? Like, people, a lot of people like have that reaction to me, and I don't know why, but like, she was like following me around like, you're a slut, like you're like, my boss used to do that too, like, you're such a piece of shit. Like, I don't, she was just like whispering stuff in my ear, and I'm like, get away from, like, it was to the point where like my blood was boiling, and I like went up to my manager, I'm like, you need to tell this girl to stay away from me. I want to just come here and do my job. Like, I'm sorry to like, I usually don't like to involve management in my personal problems because I feel like that's not their responsibility, but I feel like that's what I saw. The King of Pentacles and the Daughter of Wands. It's like, I think they're saying before things escalate, if you can like speak to a boss or a manager, be like, I just want to work and do my job. Like, do what you have to do. Temperance, yeah, like do whatever you have to do to like keep your emotional control here. And if that means like getting a higher up to step in, please do that. What about this Ace of Swords? The Nine of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Swords. I feel like a lot of it has to do with your own, the way you're looking and thinking about the situation as well. And that's what I was saying, like, realize when you see yourself in the other person that it's not personal, that try to see them as like a small child. That's something I like read in this book, a tactic that I've used, a strategy I've used for people that I really like are just not nice people around. Try to picture them as the small child that was like getting abused, and you can almost like feel pity for them and just be like, you know what, like, they got their own issues to work out. And I think with this Five of Cups, it's almost like the same thing. Like, understand that they're not like free from their pain, you know what I mean? Whereas like you are, like, you've found strategies, or you're trying to like heal and better yourself. And even if you are that bully watching, recognize that, like, you know, you're just afraid to like deal with an issue. You're not really like a bad person. You might be doing bad things, but like inherently, like, we're all like in our soul, like beautiful beings. And it's like, you know, we all have spirit within us. And if there is some sort of unprocessed trauma or pain, like it is keeping you stuck, and it is keeping you from being free. And it doesn't have to be that way. Like, you can sort of like investigate it maybe with a therapist or something like that. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel like this could be coming through in a distorted like player energy. This could be coming through in like a sexual way, even anger, like turned inward. I'm getting with the Knight of Wands in reverse. Even with the King of Cups, it's stuffing down emotions and it's affecting you and keeping you in this lonely, sad energy, even though on the outside, even by having these powerful feelings, you might feel, with the Ten of Wands, you might feel like you get that pride, that ego hit, and you feel a little bit better, but it's not, it's there, like it's still there, and you still feel there's an underlying sense of sadness. And if you're not this bully, just understand that that's how they feel. Yeah, the Three of Swords, they're blocked off, they're unable to face the reality of their life and what they've been through, and all you can do is try to heal yourself. You can't control other people. You can only control yourself and your emotional reactions to things. That's what Stoicism is all about. Like, look into Stoicism. I'm really like a big proponent of that, a big fan of that. Knight of Pentacles with the Page of Cups. With the Three of Cups, I feel like it's saying like, protect your innocence, continue to do the right thing and be the right person, wish this person healing, and then like, you know, kind of like swim away is kind of like a vibe that I'm getting. Like, always do the right thing in accordance with your values, but also have boundaries. Like, the boundaries is the first thing that we saw here. Anything else for this Daughter of Cups? Oh, what was that? The Four of Pentacles. Oh, I fell on the floor, sorry. The Devil. I feel like you could be, and then the Two of Swords, I feel like you could be, again, it's that war. I see this person with like the symbol for Mars and Venus, like it's pulling them either way. The symbols for Mars and Venus. So I feel like you could be like feeling like you want to be reactionary. Like, that could be a way that, you know, maybe this person really is like your greatest teacher. Look at it that way. Like, I'm gonna learn emotional control because of you, like, and it's gonna be amazing. Like, have that mentality shift and like welcome it, be like, okay, I can't wait till I try this, like gray rocking on this person. Like, it's gonna be amazing. Like, that's that more feminine energy where you just kind of like act like dumb. Wait, what? Like, if they're rude, you're just kind of like act confused. Wait, I'm sorry, what? Oh, and then just like walk away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't give them the satisfaction. Like, play dumb, play stupid. Let them just like get frustrated, you know, so you don't have to. All right, let's get some advice, guys. And I'm sorry if you're dealing with a person like this. I know it's really not fun. It's really trying. It's very, shouldn't have to deal with these things, but you know, this person is really, you're gonna thank them one day, because you're gonna be able to like that's the way I feel. I could work anywhere in any situation and I could like keep my cool. Like, I could, unless I'm PMSing, but like I could deal with people and just, I have a strategy in place. Like, I know how to deal with these. Like, nothing can really affect me like the way it used to. And if it does affect you really emotionally, if it does affect you really emotionally, it's okay. Just understand that it's because you care and you have a rich, full heart and you're in touch with your emotions, and you know, it's okay. But just like learning that it's not personal really is going to be a big step for you. It says you're already doing it. Keep facing your true north and stop overthinking. I feel like Spirit's like, you are actually really good at this. You maybe feel like you're a failure, or that you're just like not doing it right, or you know, but it's like something in your energy is like on the right path here. So, oh, okay. Let's see what these two were. We have no, wait, postpone, pause, and say no. So again, that energy of like boundaries. And Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. I feel like your guides are like, also, but like, yes, your guides, and look, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I feel like they're like, you're always protected, but also like that message I was saying of don't be afraid to get a manager involved. Although if it is your boss, maybe try to like look for another job or something like that. But I see a lot of like lightning and stuff like that. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Yeah, if you need to like get another job, I know it's not always that easy, but start researching it. Start trying to find a better fit for you. And like that old boss that I had, like when I tell you I left that job, I'm just looking for this other deck, I'm so sorry. When I like left that job, oh my god, oh, it's right here. when I left that job, I have like the job that I have now. Like I said, there is this one coworker that I have, like whatever, but my boss like absolutely loves me. Like I'm like, I won't say his favorite, but maybe like I'm up there. Couldn't be nicer to me, couldn't like adore me more. Was like, oh my God, if you ever try to quit, I will like take the tires off your car. Like you can't ever leave me. Like actually he said it to one of the people that used to torment me, not this one that I was talking about, but another person. And it was actually like a really satisfying moment for me. He was like, we're gonna work with Gina for 20 years because if she ever left us, like she's the only one that like I would like take the tires off her car, blah blah blah. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, okay, so it's like, and I ended up in this really nice situation with this, but again, it's like those problems did follow me, but it's like I still had this boss on my side. So which I never went to him with these problems ever. I prefer to deal with things on my own, but if it got like physical or something, like I would have, you know. All right, what else does your spirit guides want to say to you? When there are questions you need assistance with, go inward. Sit with yourself, meditate on the question, ask for our help also. Then trust your intuition, as most often the answer and guidance will be delivered to you intuitively. We are with you always. So yeah, they really want to tell you like that they're with you. I feel like that message came through a few times. And again, it's also like, it's not an outside solution. It's almost like an inner reactor, like the stoicism. Like you can't control the outside, you can only control yourself and how you react to things. So it's like, practice that. Look up stoicism, research. Don't allow negative emotions to fester. If you are feeling frustrated, angry, or hurt, for example, just acknowledge that. Instead of fighting your feelings, go with them and work with them. Then true healing can really begin. Look up emotional reactivity and how to like your trigger, how to deal with a trigger and things like that. I know it has something to do with basically just like, it's not about numbing out the emotion. It's about like seeing what the emotion, having a conversation with the emotion, seeing what it's trying to tell you, letting it pass, maybe in private if you can. Otherwise just like go in the bathroom quick and say, you know, oh, I got something in my eye. Like who cares? Never allow yourself to be taken for granted. It is better to remove yourself from the situation than to be treated less than you deserve. You are precious and you are worthy. Don't let it be a reflection of like, don't take things as a reflection of like, oh, people always treat me like this because it's me. Maybe, no, maybe people treat you like that because you're like actually amazing and they're intimidated by you, and you being in your light hurts their ego, so they have to take you down a peg. It's actually the opposite. And even if it's not, just pretend that it is, and like, so you don't feel that way, you know. Sometimes people just don't like you. I mean, it is what it is, but that's their problem. Like, you know, you don't have to be mean. Connect with divine feminine energy. OMG. Music, fun, art, sexuality, painting, cooking, dance, kindness. Yeah, like be in that softer energy. Take a softer approach. Tell yourself, I support me and everyone else is just gravy. Have that like inner sense of self, that stoicism. You don't need other people to like you or support you. You have that like intrinsic motivation and self-love. The worst thing in life is not failure, it's regret. Okay. There's always room for improvement, always. Because you might feel like, oh, I'm healed and I've done all this healing, and okay, that's too many. And blah, blah, blah. But like, so it's like other people, and you could almost get in a sense like that, but it's like, no, there's always room to grow. There's always room to learn here. If you envy someone, it's because they're reflecting everything you could be if you just believe in yourself. So whether this is the case here or this is just about those other people that, maybe are envying you, and that's where like this hostility is like coming from. And one final message. Oh, not 5. What's the final? Oh. Trust that spirit will pave the way forward once you're truly following your joy. Yeah, instead of focusing on like the bad and what these people are doing, again, like if you're at work, focus on your friends, focus on making your money, focus on like the people that make you feel good, if there are any, like, you know what I mean, instead of like all the toxicity here. Try to just like minimize the effect on you. Try to like not make it this big ordeal in your mind. Just like, oh, this person again, like they're like a little fly, like see them as like a little fly buzzing, put their face on a little bee or a fly, and like I just imagine them like flying around you, like meow meow, like trying to like bother you. Just like, all right, get out of here, like you're not gonna take me down. So all right guys, we're gonna leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next reading. Okay, bye.